Hi guys, my name is Tiffany and I'm a mama of two. I've got a 2-year-old little girl and a 4-year-old little boy. And I'm going to share some recipes with you guys today. They're pretty easy recipes. I'm going to start off with the veggie prep that we do for the week, each week, as well as Pioneer Woman's chicken dinner and a red beans and rice recipe in the Instant Pot. And also a little tasty treat, some brownies with a secret ingredient that make them super healthy. So let's go ahead and get started.
So I always like to prep my vegetables for the week on Sundays. It just removes any kind of excuse that we might have not to eat healthy during the week. So I want to make sure we have plenty of fresh veggies. So this week we're doing broccoli and Brussels sprouts, and I also have a steamable bag of green beans in the fridge, so we're not going to be roasting those just for the ease of things. And also I'm roasting some baby golden potatoes. They're so yummy. I love roasting those in the oven. They taste delicious. So we're going to have those on St. Patrick's Day, which by now is already past. This video is going up a little bit late. So I'm going to go ahead and chop my broccoli. And all my veggies are going to go on a baking sheet that's lined with parchment paper. And I'm going to drizzle the broccoli with garlic olive oil. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and trim and slice my Brussels sprouts and get them all prepped and ready to go. And I'll go ahead and add those to our baking sheet. And I'll be using the basil and Parmesan olive oil and sprinkling with some salt and pepper. And lastly, I'm going to go ahead and wash and prep my baby golden potatoes. And I'll go ahead and put them in a bowl and toss them with some olive oil and salt and pepper just so they're evenly coated. I'll use the garlic olive oil again for these guys. We're transferring them to the baking sheet. And when I transfer them, I like to flip them all over so they're facing cut side down. They roast a little bit better and they just get nice and caramelized that way. I'm going to put everything in the oven at 400 degrees. So the vegetables I'll do for about 20 minutes. The potatoes take a little bit longer, so I'll leave them in about 5 minutes more than that. So probably about 25 to 30 minutes, but check them at 25. And now we have all our sides for the week. So this first recipe is for the Pioneer Woman's Best Chicken Dinner. It calls for 1 cup of sour cream, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of seasoned salt, half a teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper, 1.5 cups freshly grated Parmesan cheese divided, and 3 pounds of boneless chicken breasts trimmed of excess fat. So I'm spraying the baking pan with some cooking spray. And I'm going to go ahead and mix all my ingredients up. So we want to mix together the sour cream, garlic powder, seasoned salt, pepper, and Parmesan cheese. And I forgot to mention, we'll only be using 1 cup of the Parmesan cheese in this part. And now I'll be placing all of my chicken breasts, I actually use chicken thighs, I just like the way they come out better, into my pan and spreading the sour cream mixture on top of the chicken. And now I'll be topping it with the remaining Parmesan cheese, sprinkling it across there. And don't mind my son, that was my son in the background, Jackson. He likes to kind of circle me like a shark when I'm cooking, so keeps me company. And once that's all finished, you want to put it in the oven for 30 minutes at 375 until your chicken is done. And this is my chicken after 30 minutes. It was nice and cooked, and I can see that by my meat thermometer that I love to use. I'll link that below. And we're going to go ahead and broil the chicken for 2 to 3 minutes. I did 2 minutes to be on the safe side. And this is how it came out. So this recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 cloves of garlic. I just used the minced garlic, a heaping tablespoonful of that. 1 onion chopped, a 16-ounce bag of dry red beans, 2 tablespoons of liquid smoke, 2 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning, 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of red pepper flakes, 2 cups of cooked rice, and 6 cups of chicken or ham broth. Now I cut these ingredients in half as far as the seasonings go because the recipe had said that somebody put in there that it came out very spicy. So I cut it in half, but it still came out pretty spicy. So you might want to do 1/4 of what the recipe calls for if you want it to be kid friendly. It was a little bit too spicy for my kids, so next time I make it, I'm definitely going to cut the spice a little bit more. So now you want to go ahead and set your Instant Pot to saute mode. And I'm going to go ahead and chop up my onion here. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my olive oil and my garlic and onions to the Instant Pot and saute those until the onions are soft and translucent. So now I'm adding the red beans, and I'll be adding the chicken broth and liquid smoke as well as the seasonings, and stir that all together. And now we're gonna choose the pressure cook option. Well, first make sure you cancel the saute mode, but choose pressure cook option on the Instant Pot, and we'll go ahead and set the time to 90 minutes. And once it's finished cooking, you'll want to do a natural release, so you'll just let it be for at least 20 minutes. And this is what it looks like when it's finished cooking. Now it tastes good as is, served over rice. We served it over brown rice, but it tasted even better the second day because it had a chance to thicken up overnight. So if you're going to make this, I'd probably make it a day ahead of time for the best results, to allow it to thicken. So this recipe calls for 1 cup of steamed green peas cooled, 2 eggs, 3/4 cup of peanut butter, 1/4 cup cocoa powder, 1/4 to 1/3 cup sugar depending on how sweet you'd like it, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon baking soda, and 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. So right now I went ahead and put the peas into the food processor, and I'm going to add all the remaining ingredients except for the chocolate chips to the food processor. So this is the only peanut butter that we had on hand that we would have enough of for the recipe. This is the natural peanut butter where the oil rises to the top. And it is not the easiest to work with when cooking, in my opinion. I know it's supposed to be healthier for you, but my husband had bought it when it was on sale. So, as you can see, I'm spilling oil all over the place, making a huge mess. And now that I have all the ingredients in the food processor, I'm going to turn it on and run it until the batter is a smooth and well blended consistency. And I'm going to go ahead and spoon the batter out of the food processor into a bowl so I can go ahead and mix those chocolate chips into it. And now I'm going to use my small cookie dough scoop and scoop all of the batter onto the baking sheet. So it made about 12 total. And I'm going to bake it at 375 for 10 minutes. But these seriously came out so yummy. You wouldn't even know that there were peas in these. So the consistency was a little bit different, but my kids, they tore them up, and my husband and I tried them too, and they tasted really good. They give you that fix that you need when you're looking for something sweet. So I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes. I'll have them all linked below in the description box. And if you guys like these videos, please subscribe. Thank you guys.